Play ball.
There you go.
That was
All
good.
right. Yeah. Welcome back to the S.L.I.D.E podcast. I am Coach Aaron, and I am joined tonight by Coach Jenn. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it's cooling off here in South Carolina, so I'm feeling
Yeah, I
feeling some
know.
fall weather coming in. That means football and playoffs, baseball playoffs.
I know. Well, how's your Clemson team doing?
I don't really want to talk about it. Dang it! Why did you
know.
do that to
I
me?
just
Oh
had
my
to.
gosh!
I had to do it. Like my Hurricanes are 3-0. My Dolphins are 2-0, and I'm excited. I'm excited. It's
If we play like Western Kentucky State Tech University, maybe we'll do okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that first game against Duke was pretty rough, but
It was.
it
It
was
was.
first game. So anyway, so how's things going in your neck of the woods since you're only like a mile from me? So
They're good. We are still hitting flag football hard with Colton, and Callie is doing soccer. So we've got 2 games on Saturday this weekend that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, things are going well. How's Jace doing with tackle football?
he's still a little timid when it comes to hitting, but he likes it. So like this is the first sport, and obviously he's played baseball for half of his life now, and he hasn't shown that same type passion as he's shown for football. So he had a game last night, had 3 or 4 tackles, and this sounds very weird and demented that I'm going to talk about this, but he's gotten like ran over a couple times and like hit hard by some big boys, and he bounced right back up and never.
That's
like,
good.
yeah, like we're seeing a different side to him than what we saw on the baseball field. So,
And kind of like we were talking about before we hit record, is that
yeah,
it's making him a good teammate, a
yeah,
developed person, and so he'll be able to take hits in life and get right back up.
yeah.
That's what it's about.
Well, I mean, he was always the kid that's, got upset when he struck out, and
Yep.
he let that carry over past the first inning or second and whenever it was. But it's different with football. Like it's you don't have that moment. He don't actually have time to think about it much, because as soon as the play's over, they're lining up. So that quick memory, he has to
Yeah.
have it.
True. So we talked about, I think we did when we were going to Myrtle Beach, Be a Goldfish. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Ted Lasso.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned a new one this weekend. I went to a business conference in Colorado, and some people kept saying "spit the hook." I was like, "Spit the hook? What are they talking about? Where are they from?" And so so here's I like this one too. So it's when a fisherman catches a fish, if you can't get the hook out of the fish's mouth, you just cut it off and you throw the fish back. So if you
Mm-hmm.
can't get the hook out without it like tearing up the fish's mouth, you just cut it off at the line and you throw it back.
Yeah.
So the fish swims around until it just spits the hook out. And so they say spit the hook, like just forget about it. Don't let somebody hold you down. Forget about what happened before. Just move on.
Yeah.
And don't let
Okay.
somebody like pull you back. So
I like that.
I like that too. So just spit the hook. Let it go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you're from the South, so you must have been questioning where you were at, because you're in Colorado.
Yeah. I was in Colorado. Yeah.
How was your trip? It was good.
It was really good. There's people
Yeah.
from all over the country there, and just people I haven't seen in an entire year. So it's always good to be around like-minded people that are going through some of the same struggles as me, some of the same successes as me,
Yeah.
just to kind of refresh and reset. So it was really good. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, today we're joined with a special guest from Mississippi, Mr. Alvin Thomas. How are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
We're doing great, man. We're super happy to have you, man. So, you're from Mississippi, and like just reading like your bio that your mom sent over is pretty amazing. So, I'm gonna let you tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, where you're from, how long you've been playing ball, all that fun stuff.
Yes, sir. I've been playing ball. I think when I was like 6 or 4 years old. I've been playing for a very long time. I love baseball, and I love fishing as well.
Oh, okay. So when she said spit the hook, did you know what she was talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nice. So it's a real thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. That's awesome.
It's legit, Jen. You can write it down now.
I'll go back and tell everybody.
All right, Alvin. Well, so how old are you again?
I'm 12 years old.
12. You have accomplished a lot in 12 years, dude. So obviously we got you on the show because you're a pretty good baseball player, but there's a lot of stuff that you're involved with, right? What all do you do?
Well, all I do is football, a little bit of basketball, swimming, karate, and other bunch of things that I have played, like tennis and tumbling and all that stuff.
Really?
Tumbling. That's cool.
How can you do a backhand spring?
I used to, but I tried recently, but I can't do that anymore.
That's one of those things where you got to have a lot of confidence in yourself before you try it because
Yeah.
I'd land on my face.
Yeah, you would.
That's messy. Alvin, she picks on me on the show, and she's right though. She's right.
I'm just honest.
So, all right. So you play baseball. Which one of these sports are you think you're going to make a career out of?
Most likely baseball. I love baseball. It's my favorite sport.
Well, tell us why you like baseball because we've discussed for a long time about how hard this game is,
Okay.
and like what about baseball makes it special to you?
What makes baseball special to me is my papa, because my papa had played baseball and he taught me baseball since day one, and I know it's the hardest sport, that it's the hardest thing to accomplish. So I want to accomplish baseball in my life.
Okay, wow. So now your grandpa is the one that taught you and has really trained you since you started, huh?
Yes, sir.
Did he play any?
Yes, sir. He did play baseball.
Awesome, very cool. And you're from Mississippi, so which part of Mississippi are you from?
I think South. Am I from South? I think so.
Okay, okay. So you're in the
Oh,
Canton area.
Madison.
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 Okay, all right. Who's your football team down there?
St. Andrews. I play for my school.
Okay, and who do you like in college and NFL? Because that's always important.
Well, I really don't really watch college. I saw the recent Colorado game with prime time and all that.
That's right.
But I could say one of my favorite NFL, because I have multiple favorite NFL likes and I just
Okay,
like everybody. But also like the Ravens and Lamar Jackson.
okay. You like the Dolphins?
Yes, sir. I do
Okay,
also like
good.
Tyreek Hill.
There you go. Hey, I'm a big Dolphins fan, so that gives you brownie points. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
so you play baseball. What position do you play out on the field?
I play all over, like first, pitcher, catcher, third, all outfield except for center.
Okay. Wow. Well,
Yeah. Do you know how good that is that you play everywhere? That is such a good thing
Yes, sir.
that you're not stuck to just one position.
well,
That's
yeah, your grandfather told you something that if you can play everywhere, what was that? What's that quote that he told you?
It's like utility player.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yes,
if you can play any position, you're gonna get a lot more playing time, right?
yes.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's your
Uh
favorite position to play?
yeah.
My favorite position is first base.
Why is that?
It's fun to pick the ball, scoop the ball, and get that first out or that second or third out.
Okay. I
Is
like
it
that.
I've played some first base before. Now it's been a long time since I played first base, but like is it the easiest position? Do you think it's the hardest position? Like what do you think about that, Alvin?
Well, I don't think it's the easiest or the hardest because reminder, you do have to catch everything and keep the ball in front of you instead of like rolling to the fence.
Yeah. I think it's friggin' important. I mean, like first base, like that's the position, Jen, when you were like trying to figure out your 6U softball team, like first base was like you had to figure that one out
It's
first, right?
oh yeah, it's very important. Circle and then first base. That's your two
Yeah,
best players in 6U for
that's
sure.
right.
I
Oh,
like your jersey that you have on. So you like Atlanta too?
Yes, I went to Atlanta Braves game where it was I think it was like Hank Aaron's birthday, I think, and I got this jersey that has 715 as his home runs.
Very cool. That's
That's
awesome.
probably not very far from where you are. Atlanta is deceivingly close to Mississippi. You wouldn't think so, but it's like you just take the highway and you're there.
Yeah, Atlanta's pretty close to a lot of places. Like you can get right into
Yes.
Alabama, like you never
Uh-huh.
like in Florida, Georgia line, all that fun stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, so they call you the closer. You said you like to pitch.
Yes,
Like
sir.
now, is that true that they call you the closer?
Yes, sir. I like
What?
to close out games and finish them.
Okay. So, how long have you been pitching?
Mm, I say probably like 4 years, I think.
Oh wow. Okay. Now, what kind of pitches are you throwing?
I'm throwing fastball, two seam, changeup, and curveball.
Wow. Now, how's your
You
command?
see.
Come in.
Yeah. Can you put the
What?
ball where you want to?
Sometimes like I'm pretty accurate, but sometimes I do get out of my whack, and so I just step off the mound and focus myself, and then throw it where I want to.
Very cool.
What do you think about catchers? How important is your catcher whenever you're trying to close out this really important game? Like you're only up by 1 run.
It's really important that your catcher knows how you pitch and like where you're missing at, so they can block it up so the ball doesn't get past them, or so the
Mm-hmm.
runner doesn't advance.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
I guess we've talked to so many catchers on this show. Like we haven't talked to a lot of pitchers. So normally we're asking catchers like, "What's your mound visits like?" You know, you have to get these pitchers in line. Like, you know, what are you telling them? Like, what's a mound visit look like with you? Like, what are they really focused on talking to you about during your mound visits?
About saying stay focused and just stay locked in and calm down and take a deep breath.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on pitchers. So I mean, you got to be a
Yeah.
closer if you like to come in and close out the games. So that's pretty
Do you know what
cool.
the yips are?
No.
Isn't it called yips? Is that
Yeah,
right, Aaron?
yeah. I mean, I think
Okay.
there's people that call it different things, but yips, slump.
So there's this term, and it happened to actually a catcher that I played high school ball with. Um, it's like it's a mental freeze almost, where like no matter how hard you try, you just can't get the ball to go where you want it to go. You just throw it very, I don't know if even the word is wild. It's just like it's this psychological response to stress is what it is. So look it up on like YouTube. Look up the yips. And have you ever had a time when you're so stressed out on the mound, or it could be any position, it doesn't have to be on the mound, where you feel like you have no control over where your throw goes?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Yeah. So
I tried to
it's
make that happen.
yeah, it's the strangest thing. Like thankfully that never happened to me, but it's just like this neurological response where you have absolutely no control over what's happening with your body. And there's no coordination, there's no like muscle memory. It's the weirdest thing, and it's real. So there's actually, we talked to the Mental Game Academy, the
Mm-hmm.
lady that came on the podcast a couple months ago about this, and it's something that a lot of big time athletes have to work through. So it's actually a real thing.
Alvin, I don't ever throw too accurate, so I always have the yips. That's just what I'm gonna say.
Yes.
No, actually, I'll say I'm pretty accurate, but when I do have a wild throw, I just tell everybody I got the yips right now. So now you've played baseball in a lot of different places.
Yes,
So
sir.
like you've played in places that I've never visited. So like tell us a few places that you've got to play baseball, and which one was the coolest.
I got to play baseball in Panama. That was pretty fun for being on the beach and all that. Didn't know have to get
Mm-hmm.
up and play baseball. Then after that, you could just relax on the beach. But also, my personal favorite, especially going to the Dominican Republic to play baseball. I love playing with them. I love like communicating with them in Spanish and everything.
Oh, wow. Now, how did this trip come about? Your trip to the Dominican?
To play baseball, I sent an invite in, and they
Mhm.
let me play on the tournament.
So, and you went to the DR, right? And
Yes,
you
sir.
played. Now, what was that like? I mean, because we see all of, we see videos and stuff around like all these different fields all over the country. What was the fields and stuff like out in the Dominican Republic?
It wasn't like our field. It was like a older, like way older field. It wasn't like, like our fence was like concrete and everything else. The batting cage wasn't really like well made, but it was still really fun to play. Like
Yeah.
the bases was like mounded in the ground. Like those bases that stick up and it's like styrofoam or whatever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what material it was. It was like that.
Well, I think that goes to show is like the players that play in the Dominican, they play because they love the game, not because they're playing on super nice fancy fields. So, what was the competition like down there?
The competition was really, really tough. They're really fast. They do hit a bunch of bombs.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you hit some bombs?
When I was down there, I did not hit any, but me personally, anywhere else I did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, and so you've got to play in Dominican, you've got to play in Panama. Where else have you've been to California, right?
Yes, sir.
Where did you go in California to play?
I'm not sure. I think it was like South California. I
Okay.
think.
Okay. Southern Cal.
Yes, sir. It was pretty fun and pretty big. Went to Dave and Buster's.
Now that has to be fun. Like, is that do you like going to Dave and Buster's?
Yes, I love playing arcade games.
Me too.
There should be more arcades. Like, I think that's one of the things that as I was growing up, Alvin, like that was the cool thing to do was go to arcades. And we used to have arcades everywhere. Like, we don't have that. We don't have that good stuff anymore. So
We don't have one here. There's one in Gaffney. Hey, but when I went to Pigeon Forge, that's all the kids wanted to do. Play on
we're getting something like that here.
That's what I heard. Is it for sure? For sure? Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess. I mean, they're starting to clear off land, so I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like a bowling alley, biggie kind of thing. So
that's what I heard. Yeah, my kids will be wanting to go there every Friday night.
Yeah.
Be okay.
All right.
Do you skate? Do you skate, Alvin? Like
roller
skate?
Oh, I love roller skating.
Oh my god.
My boy does too. Colton does too. He loves it.
Listen.
It takes him a minute to like kind of get warmed up and then like he's off.
Yeah, me too. Just like in baseball. Me too.
Look, you know how I stop? I start flying across the floor. And then there's always that like block concrete wall around like the skating area. So I have really good shock absorbers in my arms. So that's how I stop. It's either that or I'm like flying across, sliding on my butt on the floor. So
there's a stopper on the skates that you're supposed to slow yourself down.
Every time I've tried to use that little stopper, it's always thrown me forward. So like there's something always wrong with my little stoppers. So Alvin, dude, like you know how to do all of this stuff. Like, holy crap. Like, you're so well-rounded. How did you get into Taekwondo?
I've been in the Taekwondo since a while, like with self-defense and all that. So whenever that day comes, I know how to defend myself.
Wow. Now, which degree, black belt, and all that stuff are you?
I'm a 3rd degree, level 3 black belt. Which it goes like 1st degree, then it goes from level 1, then level 2, then level 3. Then after that, next level is second degree level 1. And it goes from level 1, level 2,
wow.
level
3. Okay. So wow. That's I guess you're pretty much Jackie Chan, right?
Sir.
You should be starring with Chris, make Chris Tucker do another Rush Hour and you can be his partner. Well, how do you think Taekwondo or football or swim team that you're a part of or tennis, how do you think all of this stuff helps you on the baseball field?
Oh, all that stuff helps a bunch. Like taekwondo, flexibility, swimming in my like with my strength in my legs, tennis, like mobility, like feet work and all that, and in taekwondo. It just all helps.
Wow. I mean,
There's a lot of football players that do yoga and dance. So yeah, well-rounded.
Tua, this quarterback of the Dolphins, he got it. Don't say that. He just took jujitsu during the off season so he could learn how to fall where he didn't get his hurt. So, I mean, dude,
Learning how to fall is important. I'm not gonna lie, it really is.
when did you learn how to fall, Jen? I didn't take any classes on that.
Me either.
Yeah.
But I don't teach. Well, there are classes for physical therapists to teach people how to fall and how to get up if you fall. So it's important. It really is.
Now, are you a 3rd degree level 2 learning how to fall, Alvin?
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So, what did you have to do to get like the level 2, the level 3 1st degree? Like, what's your the stages? Like, what do you have to do to get to the next level, or do you have to go into like a match against someone, or how does that work?
Well, it's like that, like going into a match against someone, showing them all your moves and how good your form is. And there's another one that's called like a form that we have to remember, and it's like a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And we just do that and see if remember, and it's all crisp and strong and everything.
Wow. What made you choose Taekwondo?
I love taekwondo from the start. Like choose it from flexibility, and it helps with my first base skills a whole lot by doing the splits on first place.
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's pretty funny. So he's more flexible, so he can do splits on first base. I have never heard anybody say that, but that's pretty freaking awesome. All right, dude. So now your favorite colors. I got to ask you about this one because your mom told me your favorite colors, and it's neon pink and blue. Like,
Yes, sir.
that's different. Where did that come from?
It just randomly occurred. I just loved it since second grade. Since like my friends and I, we start this thing where if you start this thing, it's like we love pink and all that. And since that ever happened, I just ever loved it.
Okay. Now, is it like, do you like the neon pink, the bright colors?
Yes, sir. I love bright colors.
Yeah. I feel like bright
Party
colors.
animals.
That's right.
Party
Look,
animals got
that's
me.
what I did it right here. You got the pink and got the blue. Do you know who the party animals are?
I do not know who the party.
Oh my
animals
goodness.
are.
We're gonna have to drop some knowledge on you. All right. Have you ever heard of the Savannah Bananas?
I did. Yes, sir. I
All
did.
right. So the party animals is the team that the Bananas usually always play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they wear
Now
the
he's
black.
got it.
Yeah. They wear the black and the pink, and they have like the little, bow ties on their shirts, and they rock the pink pretty good. So I'm there with you, man. I'm changing my opinion of pink. So.
Here's one of my pink bats as well.
Oh dang!
Oh, look at that DeMartini.
Marini.
What did I say? What did I say? Martini.
Martini. You thinking about?
Yeah.
A Friday night?
I'm thinking about drinks. DeMarini. There you go. All right.
That's nice.
And it's got the blue too.
Yes, sir.
So that's the bat you drop bombs with?
Yes, sir. And I have "Let's Go" on there.
Okay. Look at that. So how many bombs have you hit?
How many bombs have I hit?
Yeah.
I have hit 29.
Oh, he knows.
29. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I never got a chance to hit one, but I would sure enough count too. So 29. That's impressive, Jen.
What's the distance on that fence?
She's questioning you now. She's questioning.
I'm just saying.
I play like sometime like in Cooperstown when I went to play in Cooperstown, New York.
Oh, you played in Cooperstown.
Yes, and the fence was pretty short. It was like 200, but the walls are really tall. So in that tournament, I have hit like 7 home runs in that tournament.
Jeez.
And on like regular fields, probably around like 225, 250s, sometimes 300s.
Wow.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. Now, if you hit 29 bombs, you stay busy. Do you work out?
Yes, sir. I do work out.
Yeah. What
Tell
kind
me
of
more
workout?
about that.
Yeah. What kind
Yeah.
of workouts do you do?
I do like core workouts and the med ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like I throw it against the wall for increasing my power and hitting.
You just
And
do that on your own?
sometimes I do it on my own. Sometimes my mom makes me wake up at 4 in the morning to go work out with her.
4 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Mom.
4 in the morning. Like, what time do you go to bed?
When she really wakes me up to go, when she tells me she's about to wake me up or whatever, I'm going to work out with her. I try to go to bed as soon as possible
Yeah,
because then
for
I
real.
get up and get that work in.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm gonna tell you, that's the kind of drive that will make you successful. Like getting up. I don't like getting up early either, dude. I try to sleep late as much as I can, but like getting up early, putting in some work early, man, that just starts your day off right. I always felt like when I worked out in the mornings, my day was so much better.
There's actually a lot of research around that. So a morning routine is very important for the mind.
Yeah.
Get you right. Yep.
It's
I'm not good at that at all. I like to sleep.
see, like if I work out though, I have to do it in the mornings. Like in the afternoons, like I'm spent. So like if I work out, I always have to do it in the mornings. So,
Yeah.
but not no 4 o'clock in the morning, Alvin.
That's the middle of the night.
I know. You better tell your mama to go back and get some sleep. All right, dude. So you've been to Cooperstown too, huh? Did you get to go this year?
I went this year, yes, sir.
Okay, which week did you go?
I'm not sure on that now.
Okay. Well, we just had the ball girls on a few episodes ago, and they were there on week 11, and they had a really good trip. Was Cooperstown fun for you?
Yes, sir. It was very fun, especially like trading different pins, seeing others' team pins. I really like the trading part in it.
Yeah. What's the coolest pin that you've seen so far?
The coolest pin, let's see. It was like this Travis shoes, and it was like red and it's like sparkling or whatever.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. I wish I would have got that one.
I see people post those pins all the time, and I've got a few. I've been to a few tournaments, of course, and got a handful of pins. But man, pins are super cool. Like that's why I like going to tournaments is trading. Well, we don't have any pins yet for our show, but they're coming. But
good.
yeah, so like we'll be able to trade some pins. But I think that's like the coolest part of is walking around and like seeing kids with their bags and they're like trying to find pins. So which team do you play for down in Mississippi?
Canes.
Oh, okay. So you're on the Canes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, what's it like being a Cane? Like that's a pretty prestigious organization you were part of there.
We don't have like our own building like SPI like Knights organization. They have like their own building, but we don't have our own building. So we like go out on fields and play and work.
Okay. Now, when you were in Cooperstown, the girls told us about how bad the food was. Was the food really bad?
I mean, it wasn't bad, but I wouldn't eat it like that. Like I wouldn't eat it like on a daily basis. It was alright. It was
Yeah.
What was
majority of the time stale.
I must have missed that part.
Yeah. There was something that tastes like lobster. I think there was chicken fingers that taste like lobster. And, and then the spaghetti apparently had a lot of water in it, and so
Oh, that's a bummer.
yeah, but you know what do you expect? I mean, you're going to play ball. They're not gourmet chefs there in Cooperstown. So but I'm still confused around the chicken finger that tastes like lobster. So
Yeah, it's the oil they cook it in, I guess.
maybe, I guess, yeah.
Ugh, yeah, that's nasty.
Well, dude, what do you do for fun, man? Because it sounds like, I mean, you're constantly busy with doing like every single activity possible. Like, what do you do to relax and like just chill out?
When I just relax, it's just like chilling the game with my friends and all that. Just playing games and stuff.
What games do you play?
I play like, MLB The Show, Madden, Call of Duty, Fortnite. I play a good variety of games.
Okay. All right. Well,
How do you have time for all that stuff?
I know, because he gets up at 4
When
o'clock
I'm
in the
not
morning.
playing on weekends, or I finished all my homework early so I could get some playing time.
Do you ever play FIFA? Soccer game?
FIFA, I have played it. My brother had downloaded on it. I was like, I'm just gonna play it, and I played it for a while. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
have
know
to
a lot
hook you up
about
with
it.
my son.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
a lot
Colton
about
plays
it.
it all the time.
I know that there's a dude, and apparently he plays in Miami now, Messi. Like
Mhm.
my 8-year-old son runs around the house talking about Messi, and I'm like, who is Messi? So
Soccer player.
I'm like totally out of tune. So yeah, I told you, like Ted Lasso was my soccer training right there. Ted Lasso.
Such a good show. Such a
It
good
is.
show.
It is. What do you like to watch on TV, Alvin?
I really haven't been watching TV lately, but what I love to watch, like on TV, is SpongeBob and Everybody Hates Chris.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
so,
So you still like SpongeBob?
yes, I
You're
still love SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Colton does too. It is kind of funny. I
It
mean,
is.
like some of the humor that I think I get that maybe kids don't get. So yeah,
Yeah,
there's
because there's
some.
yeah, there's some undertones in the show there
Yep.
that's pretty funny. So
Yeah.
well, dude, so you're from Mississippi. Like, what's Mississippi known for? Like, what would you tell us if I came to Mississippi, I had to do?
Uh, I'll say, well, there's really not that much to do in Mississippi, I'll say, but I know what we are known for. What I heard is like blueberries and magnolia flowers is
Okay.
the magnolia flower that's like on the flag.
Oh, I love a magnolia tree.
They are pretty.
They are, and I like
They
some.
get huge.
Yeah, they do. And that's why I can't put one in my front yard because they get so huge. Like I'll lose my house. But very cool. Jen, what questions you got for this dude?
Let's see. So if you got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you worked out, is that something you like to do?
Uh, when I'm in like the mood, yes, I do love working out with my mom. But when I'm not in the mood, no, I do not like to do it at all.
Well,
I have to grind.
so yeah, let's talk about that grind because I know you're young, so you don't have to like push it as hard as you may have to after 16, 17 years old when you're being recruited by these D1 schools. But tell me what goes through your mind. Like, are you laying there like, Mom, I don't want to do this, but then you get up anyway and you do it? How do you feel after that?
Yeah, I feel like I know there's other kids grinding and everything, and I know I can't slack off. I just have to repeat my schedule and everything.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's important because there's other people just sleeping and you're up working.
Yes, sir.
I'm sleeping. So
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
Sleeping.
But that is so true though. I mean, while you're
is.
sleeping, like there's someone else out there grinding. And the challenge, and I think Jen, you would probably say is finding a balance between when do you rest the body and then when do you push the body.
Yeah. And it's important to know that. So if you're ever feeling like you need extra rest, then you should take it. I mean, let's be honest, like our bodies are pretty smart, but there are times in the off season when you should just get up and do it anyway. And I
This
think
dude
that
has
that's
no off
what's,
season. He has no off
well,
season.
that's true. That's true. But that's a mindset. Like there's going to be some people that you come across that don't have that mindset. And if you do, then I think you're going to have a leg up with other people because there will be times, no matter what the situation, whether it's sports or life, where it's like, hey, I'm going to do this, whether I really feel like I want to or not. And I think that says a lot for you. So, yeah,
Just
kudos to
commitment,
you and
man.
your mom. Yeah.
I mean, I think it takes time for a lot of kids to learn what the word commitment means. And I feel like your parents have instilled that in you at a young age. And I think that is probably one of the best traits to have is when you commit to doing something, you're going to do it. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people these days is people don't understand what commitment means. And
Yeah.
I think dude, like you've been successful, it seems like, at everything that you've done. So who's your favorite MLB player? Who do you play like? Who do you want to play like?
Vladdy.
Okay. Yeah. What is it about him?
It's
He's
just
a big bomb hitter.
yes, sir. I really like his swag. He's not as fast. I'm not as fast either. But I know he hit bombs. I hit bombs. He plays first base. I play first base.
I remember watching his dad play. Like that's sad when like the players that I grew up watching are now have kids and they're in the MLB. Jen, that just makes me feel too old. But
It's just you have experience. That's all it is.
that's right. It's sad when I have seen Aaron Rodgers get drafted, or you see these players drafted and then you see them retire. That's when like you're getting old.
You see him in his last game. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
So when you get drafted, which team do you want to play for? Is that the Braves?
What team I want to play for is the Blue Jays. I love the Blue
Okay. So
wow, that's different.
yeah. So and is that just purely because of Vladdy?
Well, it's not because of Vladdy. I like the whole team. I like they're a funny team. I'll
Yeah.
say I saw Boba Fett. I think he was doing some type of camera or whatever. And someone has splashed water on him.
So they look like they have fun to you.
Sir?
They look like they're having fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now you mentioned Coach Prime earlier, and I remembered that. So, are you following Colorado now since Coach Prime's there?
Yes, sir. Because I remember he was at Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
When he got switched to Colorado, because I did go to some Jackson State game.
What was that like?
It was way packed. It was super packed.
Yeah.
And it was pretty loud and everything.
Now, how far do you live away from Jackson State?
I don't think I live that far away from it. I think
followed
about 30 or 20.
Dion is like the ultimate athlete to me.
Yeah.
See, there's another one. I grew up watching him play freaking at Florida
Me
State.
too.
I hated him at Florida State because I'm a Hurricanes fan, Alvin. I don't get down with Florida State, but I watched him play then, and then I got to watch him play baseball and football, and the dude's got it. And when he talks, the room listens. He's got command.
So I was in Colorado last week for a couple of days, and the amount of Colorado gear that I saw, it's almost like they're fair weather fans, but it's cool to see, just to have that presence about him and the way that he speaks to people. And I mean, he's the real deal. The press conferences after the game and stuff, he's got it going on. He'll turn that program around. I feel like.
No doubt. He's already got, the program hadn't been ranked and I can't remember when, and now he's got them ranked. And
are they ranked already?
Oh, dang. Yeah. Alvin, do you know, I think they're 20th, I believe. No, maybe 18th, I believe.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
But they beat TCU the first game of the year, and TCU was in the national championship last year. So,
yep.
So, what's Dion mean to you, Alvin?
Deion Sanders, I think of him as a motivational speaker. And I know, he played baseball with New York Yankees, and then he chose the football side of helping his kids, Shiloh and Shador.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna tell you, he played for the Braves too, and he was on the World Series team.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was great. He played with the Reds, but the Braves.
Was that back in the 70s, Coach Aaron?
Come on.
I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
No. He played for the Braves. I want to say more he had his longest tenure with the Braves. At one point in time, him and Brian Jordan both played for the Braves, and Brian Jordan,
man, I liked him a lot.
Because they both were defensive backs. Well, they both were corners for the Falcons, and they both played for the Braves at one point. Like, oh man, Dion is legit. I like the fact.
I'm
Now,
gonna
look
look it
that
up.
But yeah, he was the leadoff guy, and like get on the base, and he'd get around the bases. So, were you happy when Dion left and went to a bigger school, or did you want to see him stay in Jackson State?
I want to see him stay in Jackson State. I'm gonna see what he could have done, like to
Yeah.
make the school bigger, but they could have played against Colorado.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're still winning right now in Jackson State. I still follow them just because, I mean, I think that's always a true testament of a leader is what's the program like or what's the school like after, the big name leaves. And so I think he's got the school set up to be successful for a while. So what are you finding, Jen? What are you finding on
I was looking at the pay. So in 1991, he made $660,000.
All right.
In
Still a lot more than me, but
1993,
less.
yeah, in 1993, 2 years later, 3.1 million.
Now, is that NFL or MLB?
That's the Braves.
Oh,
Maybe that's his net worth. No,
yeah, I think
that's what he was paid.
Okay. Yeah, he was a part of some really good teams with the Braves.
Somebody fact check that. I'm gonna keep looking, but
well,
that's a lot of money. Yeah, he is. He really is. He's a real deal.
Yeah, he is, and I think it's really cool what he's doing in Colorado. Like his kids, like how he raises his kids. Like they're respectful. Did you watch the Colorado State game the other night, Alvin?
Yes, sir, I did. I watched it with my mom.
Yeah, that was a crazy really game.
They went into 2 times and everything.
Man, I was up till late because that was like a late night game. It didn't start until 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, and so it was like 1:30 when that game was over. But that was pretty amazing. So, all right, dude, what else you want to tell us about, man?
I want to tell y'all about how what drove my mom into Mississippi is she attended at Jackson State as well.
Oh, she did.
Yes,
that's awesome. Okay, so your mom's an alumni.
I don't even know what that means. I guess
so. She went to school there. She's an alumni. That's super cool. Well, I know she had to be excited when Dion came to Jackson State.
Oh, she was.
Yeah. I know I would be. And if I wasn't such a hardcore Hurricane fan and been through some very painful years, I would have to switch over to Colorado myself. But I can't give it up. So, but I'm pulling for Colorado though until it matters against my Hurricanes. So, all right, dude. Well, we're getting down to the end here, man. I honestly, man, there's so many things like that we could talk about when it comes to football. We still really didn't even talk about the swim team much, but like, I don't want to keep you too long, but man, I think it's pretty freaking awesome. Like, what's your goal and where do you see yourself? Like, what's your career going to be?
I see myself career going to be as an MLB player.
Okay. That's a hard journey. I mean, like we've talked to coaches and scouts and we've met some players and stuff, and man, that's some hard work, but I think your mom's got you set up to be successful, man. I think that's key is your mom's there pushing you, getting you up at 4:00 in the morning. Just don't call me at 4:00 in the morning. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you Jen's number. You can give her a wake up call.
Don't call me. I got it on do not disturb.
All right, dude. So last question that we ask everybody, man, is a super important question. And that question is, if you're walking up to bat tomorrow, what's your walkout song going to be? Dion says, play my music.
Play my music, yeah. It probably Sicko Mode, Travis Scott.
Nope, say that again.
Sicko Mode.
I don't even think I heard that. Something mode.
It's like rap, and it's about like Travis Scott.
Oh, Travis Scott. Okay.
Travis Scott. Okay.
I know who that dude is. I don't know if I've listened to any of his music. I love some West Coast hip hop, but
today, tell me the name of the song again.
Sicko Mode.
Say the first word.
It's sicko mode. That's what it's called.
You just gonna look at
Mode.
sicko mode.
Sicko. Okay. Sicko mode. There it is.
All right.
Okay.
We'll have to add that to our playlist.
Oh, Drake's in it too. Drake's in on it. So, all right. I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
It's cool with
I
Drake's
also
in it.
love to listen to Drake as well.
Yeah, I like Drake. I like Drake.
Drake talks too much though. He like
what do you
talks. Mean? He don't have a lot of flow. Like, do you like Drake, Alvin?
I mean, I do like Drake some songs.
Okay.
Some of them is like he talk too much a little bit, say too many facts and words.
Okay, he agrees with you.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, like I like a good flow, and I don't know, like that's what West Coast has always gave me was good flow and good beats. So
Alvin, we're old. All right, I have a student right now at my office, and he's 20. I think he's 21. He taught me a new term. I want to see if Coach Aaron knows it first.
Oh Lord.
So and then we'll see if you know it, Alvin. So if we say somebody's got the Riz, somebody's got Riz. Do you know what that is?
Yes,
Alvin knows.
Somebody's got the Riz. Hold on. All right. So give me the context. Like say it.
Okay.
Give
all right.
Me a little bit.
So if there's let's say a music video. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And the person singing or rapping or whatever they're doing, if they have Riz. This is so funny.
Alvin, this isn't going well. Alvin, say it for me. Say it in a sentence. Let me see if I can figure out what it means.
That boy has Riz.
Yeah.
Boy has Riz. He's got swag. Like he's got some confidence.
Sorta charisma.
Riz is charisma?
Yeah.
Did you know it stands for charisma, Alvin?
I don't. Is that like? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
All right,
but
Jen.
Yeah. So you get it. I mean, like they have charisma, so they got Riz.
Their personality is like when you talk about
charismatic.
Someone, they're very charismatic. Means they can adapt to their audience very well, and so they can relate really well. Like you got some charisma. I mean, I could probably explain it in a more technical way, but
well, that's one thing. All right, so I got one more. You ready?
Okay.
So I was going to have an event in Spartanburg, and it started at 1:00. And my student said, "Oh, it's a darty." And I said, "A darty?
A darty?
What's a darty?" Alvin doesn't know what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
A darty? It's a day party.
Oh my God.
Okay. I see.
We can't even put two words together. Day party. Darty.
We're going to veto that one here on the S.L.I.D.E podcast. We're all about some drip.
Wah.
We're all about some drip and maybe even some Riz, but I don't know about no darty. All right, Alvin. We have to be taught sometimes. Like we again, we're old, so we learn the slang from our guests usually. So like drip was a new one for us, a while back, and
Drippy.
I think we figured out some drip. And what's important for your drip?
My drip is the shades and eye black.
Okay, you got a special style that you do with the eye black?
Not just special. I'll do like a triangle like that, and also sometimes do like cross right here.
Okay, all right.
Drippy.
Eye black is very important to the drip game. So,
yep.
All right. Well, man, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show and hanging out with us. So when we close out the show every week, we always say until next time, and then our guest says we'll catch you on the slide. You got that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna thank everybody for listening to us. And before we even get into that, how can our viewers look you up online and find some stuff and follow you?
Okay, so I have a bunch of social media accounts.
Okay.
It's Life with Alvin 6, and I'm on just about every social media.
Okay. Life with Alvin 6, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we follow you, but are you on TikTok?
I'm also on TikTok.
All right. I think I gotta go follow you on TikTok. I'm still trying to figure that out. And if you I keep saying this every episode that I can't figure out TikTok, and one of these days someone's going to come on and help us. So, but I just can't do it. TikTok to me is us trying to shorten and shortcut everything, like Darty, like
Riz.
like yeah, like come on now, like we can say the whole word. Alvin, don't shortcut things, dude. Like I'm gonna tell you, in life, take the road that no one else wants to take because no one else is as brave as you. Like take the hard road because that'll be the road that gets you where you want to go. So anyway, thank you so much for everyone listening to our show tonight. Hopefully you had, some great moments here with Alvin. This dude is a perfect example of, someone committed and understands what commitment means. And Alvin, we didn't talk to you about this, but before we go, we got to ask you, what's your grades like?
My grades, I'm just trying to keep arranging my grades around B's and A's.
Okay, that's a good range. I didn't accomplish that during my career as a student, but it's all right. Look, B's and A's. I had a couple C's.
C's get degrees.
I had a D or 1 or 2, but that's pretty awesome though. What school you want to go to?
I'm already at St. Andrews right now.
Which college you want to go to?
Which college? I'm still confused about that one, like confused about that one. I'm still gotta look at some and look inside.
Okay.
And learn how to like baseball and all that's gonna go in sports and academic wise.
Well, what do you think you would major in right now if you had to choose? I know it's a hard question because you're young.
English.
Oh, Lord.
Probably English.
Hey.
I'm not that good at math, though.
You know what? I was good at the old way of doing math. I watched a comedian today, Jen, and he was talking about new math, Common Core math versus old math, and like it was hilarious. So, well, look, dude, you just keep focusing on your A's and B's, and dude, we're going to see you in the MLB one day, man. And if you're wearing a Blue Jays jersey, don't forget us. Okay, that's what we ask everybody. Is look, don't forget the little people because we're the little people here. So, all right. Well, hey, thank you again for coming on the show. Stay in contact with us. Tag us in some of your posts. We'd love to share some of your material. But thank you for joining us and taking time out of your day. I know we had to reschedule, but until next time.
See you on the next slide.
Oh, let's do it. Let's try it one more time. It's all right. It was a long time ago before I told you that. So until next time, we'll catch you on the slide. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yep. All right. Until next time, everyone. Alvin.
We'll catch you on the slide.
You the man.